are sponsoring a golf tournament and paying Donald Trump for it, a violation in normal times of the emoluments clause. But according to the sources of Jesse Waters at Fox, who's very close to Donald Trump, Trump says, quote, "I don't give a F." Market crashed on Thursday. The market crashed on Friday. Frankly, since Donald Trump's been in office, the market's been crashing massively.
Well, I don't give an F. That's what Trump said about the crashing stock market, according to Fox News' own Jesse Waters. Not exactly what you want to hear from the guy who promised to save the economy, right? As Americans watched their 401ks plummet, Trump was busy hitting the links with Saudi investors who are filling his pockets. And his big solution, all caps tweets about tariffs that even apply to Antarctic penguin islands. Yes, really. This video exposes what Trump was really doing while the economy burned. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
Our national security is at risk after Donald Trump fired the NSA director, who's also in charge of cybersecurity, after a meeting from conspiracy theorist 9/11. So here's where we're at. The stock market is crashing. 80,000 veterans and their families are at risk of foreclosure due to VA cuts. Donald Trump refused to show up because instead he was golfing. As Jasmine Crockett says, where the hell is Donald Trump? He's in Florida at his country club playing golf with the Saudis.
You might be wondering what Trump was up to as your 401k disappeared into thin air in Florida. Having fun on the golf course with his Saudi friends who were footing the bill. Everyone is correct. While the stock market was collapsing, our previous president decided that practicing his golf swing would be the best course of action. This is all about priority.
Here's what Donald Trump was posting last night, or I should say panic posting. He posted the following: big business is not worried about the tariffs because they know they are here to stay. But the F word, I don't give an F. That's what Jesse Waters says that Donald Trump was telling people around him. I don't give an F. I don't give an F. They are focused on the big, beautiful deal, which will supercharge our economy. Very important. Going on right now. So Trump said,
the markets were falling faster than my Aunt Edna had a cocktail 3 times. But Trump insisted on going ahead with his tea appointment anyhow. However, this wasn't your average round of golf with your pals. No. He received money that went right into his pocket from Saudi investors who sponsored a tournament at his property, because this might potentially violate that annoying little thing called the Constitution's emoluments clause. Legal experts are raising eyebrows so high they're almost brushing their hairlines. Yeah, that provision that was made to stop presidents from accepting bribes from other countries. The Constitution is so annoying.
Where Donald Trump came up with the formula, or his team did, via ChatGPT, but didn't get to the 4th step of that formula, these devastating tariffs, which he called Liberation Day, which we refer to as Great Depression Day, Annihilation Day. Donald Trump says those are here to stay. Yep, was completely wrong about even the way the tariffs were administered because they were clearly not reciprocal at all. And then he tariffed an Antarctica island that has just penguins and no humans, or an island that just has a United States Air Force base. So
it constantly gets in the way of a nice payout. Common people in the United States were horrified to see their retirement funds evaporate. While this was happening, throughout Thursday and Friday, the market plummeted like a pendulum, swinging from one rock to another. The prospects for those who have been saving for decades were becoming increasingly bleak, while our orange friend was occupied honing his putting skills with his Saudi friends. When questioned about this economic catastrophe, how did Trump react? Sources close to Trump said that his response to the economic crisis was, "I don't give a F." This information was published by Jesse Waters of Fox News, which is not exactly a stronghold of anti-Trump sentiment. Everyone, that is a direct quotation, not from a liberal pundit, but rather from those close to Trump, as reported by Fox News. Contemplate a world where you are so emotionally distant that you could care less if millions of Americans saw their life savings dwindle. Trump, instead of taking a leadership role, unleashed a torrent of angry tweets about tariffs being here to stay and a big beautiful deal. Reason being, nothing conveys "I understand economics" like gushing in capital letters about the wonderful ideas that experts are predicting will worsen inflation. Seeing someone boast about their arson talents while your house burns down is like that. By the way, the tariffs were supposedly so meticulously planned that Trump's staff may have even attempted to use ChatGPT to calculate them, and failed miserably. They even imposed tariffs on a penguin-only island in Antarctica because of how careless the implementation was. Yeah, you read it correctly. Oh my goodness, penguins. The penguins, not the humans. I can almost feel the pinch in their little penguin pockets from the current economic climate. Imports of fish have suddenly increased in price by 10%. My apologies, tiny penguin friend. Western values foremost. According to Trump's detractors, this episode exemplifies his idiocracy, casteocracy, dangerous pariah regime. Some of those terms sound adequately terrifying, but I have no idea what they imply. It may be time to reevaluate your strategy when your economic policies are so badly executed that they are harming helpless birds at the very bottom of the planet. The difference is glaring. Trump is accepting money from foreign countries at his properties as Americans are worried about their ability to retire. His family is worrying about money while he's on the golf course mingling with rich foreign investors. Imagine Marie Antoinette proposing cake with a golf club instead of a croissant in her hand. Even when the stock market was collapsing, Trump was golfing with Saudis. His disregard for his duties to the American people is directly correlated to his own benefit. It exemplifies a conflict of interest in the best possible sense, revealing his true interests, which do not include the financial security of the typical American. In his spare time, Trump would propagate even more false information, in addition to ignoring the situation and playing golf. Reportedly, Warren Buffett had praised him as a genius and supported his economic proposals, which he then revealed. One small hitch, a statement rejecting the whole thing was made immediately by Buffett's team. The company said, "There are reports currently circulating on social media, including Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok, regarding comments allegedly made by Warren Buffett. All such reports are false." It hurts. It must hurt to have one of the most renowned investors in the world publicly admit he never claimed you were brilliant. Rest assured, guys, the drama is far from over. China levied a 40% retaliatory tariff on the United States while Trump was off golfing with his Saudi friends. It hurts. And now even JP Morgan is saying a recession is on the horizon. Two boos. You have to see the hypocrisy in the MAGA world to believe it. Keep Benny Johnson in mind. After making a plethora of films criticizing Biden's economic policies, one Trump supporter is now claiming that the present economic downturn is little more than ones and zeros that you won't miss at all. When their orange hero is behind the wheel, suddenly money becomes irrelevant. Imagine if I had done this, Obama may comment.